Did you know the hottest recorded temperature on Earth was 134 degrees? And it was right here in Death Valley, back I think like 1913, around that time. So, but this is the hot spot in the world. So we're about to go into the belly of the beast. So Anna, are you excited about Death Valley, this tour today?
Let's go.
You ready to go? You ready?
Let's go.
All right. Does it get this hot in Belarus? So one of the things about Death Valley is how it got its name. So I was digging in a little research here. So I found out, I guess, these pioneers, I think it's like in the 1860s or something like that, they were coming across the valley, and one of their members died, and they really felt like that valley was going to be a graveyard for the rest of the party. But believe it or not, only the one died. So, but that's kind of how it got its name, Death Valley. Harsh conditions out here, and I will tell you, coming out here in the summertime, do all your activities in the early part of the day, because although it's not going to get to you know, max temperatures, you know, once it gets over 100 degrees, it's kind of brutal, and the sun's high in the sky. So right now it's probably going to be about, like I said, 116 degrees today total. It's not that bad right now. It's in the high 90s. But when, you know, I mentioned the temperature, the maximum temperature on Earth on the planet is 134 degrees. That was measured back in, I think, 1913, July of 1913. But really, when you think about it, is that we haven't had a hotter day recorded any place on the Earth since then. It's been over 100 years. We haven't got any hotter than 134 degrees. Just gives you a moment to think about that for a second. But anyway, but what do I know? I don't know the difference between a meteorologist and a gynecologist, but I do know it's never gotten hotter than 134 degrees, that's for sure. Let's keep walking through the desert. We're gonna try to get as close to that big dune as we can. It's a little bit of a walk, but we're gonna see how close we can get. Big dune. So you can see there in the background. Now, believe it or not, from this spot, it's a couple-mile hike into that bad boy. And in this hot sun, I'm not doing it. So you're gonna have to look at it from afar. So if you want to come and see it yourself, pack some water, maybe get a dune buggy, because that is a long hike, believe it or not. But anyway, let's see what we can see from here. I'm going to give you a panoramic view of the entire valley floor. There's Anna. Hello, Anna. Okay. So, here you go. So if you plan to come to Death Valley, you know, plan your trip well. I mean, because it's a massive park. I'm on the Nevada side, I think, right now, but mostly it's on the California side, and it's huge from one end to the other, so you can't see the whole thing in one day, so just plan that out. There's the north end where you got the big crater, and then you have the south end where you have Badwater. That's the lowest point, sea level point in, I believe, the USA. So a lot to see. We can't get to any of that today, believe it or not, because it's all closed off, but we will do that at another time. So, but hopefully you're enjoying this. All right, we'll check back in a little bit. So we poked around here in the desert a little bit, so we're going to try to show you some more things. There's actually a place called Death Valley Junction. We're going to head to that next. There's an old opera house, operated for like 100 years. It's still there, it's still open. They still have guests there. So we're going to head to Death Valley Junction and poke around over there. So yeah, hope you're enjoying your visit to the Death Valley with us. We appreciate you coming out. Like I said, probably in previous videos, I apologize if I repeat myself, but you know, we're always getting new viewers, new subscribers tuning in all the time, so I don't want them to miss out on anything. And if you are here for the first time, go back and check out some of our previous videos. Now, we did some in Iceland. We did like 4 or 5 videos in Iceland, and it was a lot cooler than it is right now. So, but we're back in our home, you know, where we live in the American Southwest, and we live in the desert, and things are heating up. I'm having a good time. So apparently, whatever used to be in this old railroad card was important to the Navy at one point, but not anymore. It's left abandoned out here in the middle of the desert. I mean, there's no tracks. It's just sitting out here in the middle of the desert, along with this long line of other rail cars. So, like I was saying, you can find weird stuff out here. Just look hard enough. Here's another example. U.S. Navy. All right, so we at least managed to make our way at least to one of the smaller sand dunes, and we're gonna take a walk up there, check it out. So I mean, I figure we came all this way, right? But at least gotta try to get up one of these sand dunes. All right. All right, vast desert out there, as you can see. Managed to make our way up this little sand dune here, working my way down. So, all right, you can see there's my footprints coming up. Anyway, I figured we had to at least make it to the smaller dune. You know, we came all the way out here. It's a better viewing experience for you. So these sand dunes are pretty cool. Actually, it's sand is not as loose as I thought. I got up these little hills pretty easily. So it's getting hot now. Starting to cook. All right. Good thing I got some water. All right. Let's get back in the vehicle. Head somewhere else. So we are in front of we're at Death Valley Junction, but right now we're at the Aramagosa Hotel. So here in Death Valley Junction, I believe the population is like 4 people. That's it. And there's probably the 4 people that run this hotel, because I'm looking around, there's not really a lot as far as houses are concerned. I'm going to poke around. We're going to show you some things here in Death Valley Junction. It was established in like 1907, and I believe the Opera House, which we're going to show you in a little while, was kind of running pretty regularly up into the 60s. I guess I had some big show there, but we'll just show you around here, and let's see what we got. Now, you know, I was talking about the surface temperature, air temperature being 134 degrees, the hottest recorded on the planet, you know, over 100 years ago, but also in the Saran Desert, which is near like Mexico and California border, the hottest surface temperature ever recorded was like 177 degrees. So, I mean, for those of you overseas that do Celsius, calculate that yourself, but I can tell you that I think 134 degrees, I believe, is 55 Celsius. Either way you slice it, it's pretty hot. Anyway, let's just poke around some more here. Death Valley Junction. I'm liking it. Over here, we got the Aramagosa Opera House. I mentioned that just a few minutes ago. And, you know, they had regular shows here up until the 1960s, and I said it was a pretty big show. This hotel must have been jamming back in those days, but right now, not a lot of people come here and stay here. A few guests, believe it or not, I was on hotels.com, and you can book a room here. I think it's like $85 a night, something like that. So, but we decided, you know, obviously to stay somewhere else. I mean, this place is pretty rustic. I don't know what kind of amenities you can get here. I mean, other than the full-blown Death Valley experience. It's kind of cool, though. Look around. one of the spots here in Death Valley Junction. This might have been an old railroad depot area, I'm thinking. So, you know, obviously they would haul the minerals out of the valley to points unknown. They needed a railroad. So I assume this is probably the depot area. All right. Gonna give you a good shot of the This is all you got here in the Junction, believe it or not. This is it. It's the hotel, and there's like this garage, and there's like an old cafe. I've been through this junction half a dozen times, probably even more than that. And every time it says they're opening this cafe, and it never seems to open. Or if it does open, it doesn't last very long. I can't imagine a lot of people, I mean, there's a lot of people that come through this area, headed to Death Valley, but they're probably not stopping here, you know, to have lunch or breakfast. I probably want to wait till they actually get into the heart of Death Valley, to the belly of the beast, where it's 115 degrees on a good day. Anyway, all right, let's keep poking around. Death Valley is a popular destination with the bikers, so all right, we're poking around here. It looks like it's some sort of old garage. Kind of cool. All right. So, we're wrapping up here at our Death Valley adventure. Hope you enjoyed your time here. But things are getting pretty hot. Anna, how'd you enjoy your stay here in Death Valley?
It's a beautiful place, but a little hot. So
it is.
Maybe we'll come back some other time. And a lot of bugs too. So.
It is getting hot, so we're going to go cool down. So that's all we have for now. Cheers from Beers and Frontiers.